Hi beautiful weirdo, Charlotte here. Welcome back to Pretty Scary, and it's another one of my 31 days of horror and another of my 100 years of horror today. Today it's the swinging 60s, a very creepy film called Eyes Without a Face. It is about a young girl whose face is badly scarred in an accident, an automobile accident. How very 60s of me, automobile. And her father, absolutely guilt-ridden, goes around basically cutting off young girls' faces and trying to graft them onto his daughter's face. As you can imagine, this doesn't go very smoothly. It's not really going to, is it, if you're going around nicking people's faces. Just a disclaimer, this is in no way intended to be any disrespect to or offence to anybody who has been disfigured in an accident. I have so much respect for anybody who's living with anything like that, and this is just a recreation of a makeup from a film. So anyway, without much further ado, I am going to make a start. Don't forget to comment down below if you spot Edward the misshapen bear in his Halloween costume today. It's a little bit more difficult today, so you might have to zoom in, but he is a character out of a film. So I'm going to stick on my scary stories and I'm going to make a start. And oh, mustn't forget, if you haven't already hit that red subscribe button, it's big, it's red, it says subscribe. And if that ridiculous, whatever that was, doesn't make you want to subscribe, then nothing will. That's just probably going to put people off. What you do is block out one half of one of your brows. Check a reference picture of the lady in the film and you will know which one. And I'm just using layers of Prosaide and brushing the hairs up flat and then powdering them down. I've done this about 2 or 3 times. And then I'm just going over it with some foundation and powdering that, a couple of layers, just to make sure that eyebrow is really blocked out. And yes, I spilt my powder everywhere. Good move, Charlotte, good move. Right, now just taking a pink pencil and marking out where those scars are. Again, use a reference picture. It's good to use either pink or a red pencil because this does add to the effect of the scars, which you will see in a bit. And now taking some rigid collodian or liquid collodian, and this is what will make the skin look scarred and indented and puckered up. So basically what you want to do is just decant a little bit of it and use a cotton bud just to trace it along those scars that you've drawn on with the pencil. And then stretch the face and dry, and it will basically pucker up your skin. You can do as few or as many layers as you like to get the result you want to achieve. The more layers you put on, the more indented the skin will be. But I do warn you, this is quite strong stuff, so be careful around your eyes and mouth. I resorted to going in with a palette knife because that way I could get more product on than the cotton bud was allowing me to do. And now once I'm happy with that, I'm just building up some texture with some good old cotton wool and latex. This is because her skin in the film isn't completely smooth around the scars, so I just needed to give her a little bit of texture. So just very, very thin wisps of cotton wool spread over the areas between the scars, and then just applying some latex over the top of that and allowing it to dry. Make sure you don't go over the actual scars themselves. You don't want to ruin all your hard work. And she's got a slightly sort of misshapen nose as well, so I'm just also creating that with a little bit of latex and cotton wool too. Again, be careful around your eyes because latex isn't too clever around your eyes either. And then powder over all of that once it's dried. You can use a blow dryer to speed up the process if you so desire. And now you want to go over the whole lot with some foundation so it's all skin coloured. Don't worry too much that you're blanking out the pink of the scars because we will be going over those in a while too. But this is just to make the whole look cohesive and make it all look skin toned so that it doesn't just look like you've stuck a load of cotton wool on your face. Use a brush to get into any little areas that the sponge won't reach. And then I'm going over with baby powder because I didn't want to add any extra colour, but if you've got a colourless translucent powder, which I didn't that day, then you can use that too. better. Now we're onto the colouring. I'm using alcohol paints, which are activated with 99% alcohol. If you don't have alcohol paints, you can use cream paints or even water-based paints. Just be sparing with the water because you don't want to lift the latex or the collodian. You can even use coloured eyeshadows. So I'm just using a reddish pinky tone and just going over those scars just to bring that red irritated look back, and then just sponging over that just to diffuse that colour a little bit because you don't want it to be too harsh. If you feel you've put a little bit too much on, you can always lift it a little with some more alcohol. Just be careful not to lift the collodion. And then I'm just colouring in the lips, making them look a bit misshapen, and colouring in that eyebrow, that half an eyebrow, and the other brow. Just putting a little bit of makeup on, just because she was, you know, trying to make the best of herself. And yeah, just putting a little bit of light brown underneath the eyes, and a little bit of mascara. Taking my hair down and putting it in a low ponytail in preparation for the wig. Now, I didn't have a bobbed wig, and she's got a bob in the film, so I just took the wig that I used for my Frankenstein and just put it in a ponytail and sort of pulled the edges out to make a kind of bowl head bob. Finished look. Costume wise, I'm just wearing a long pink coat. She kind of alternates between wearing a long kind of 60s style coat, obviously it was in the 60s, and this really kind of flouncy nighty with bows and stuff on, which you can wear something like that if you so desire. I didn't have anything like that, so I just thought I'd put this coat on. And you also need, don't forget, the creepy plastic mask that she wears over her face for lots of film. I just bought this from a craft store, Baker Ross. I will link that down below for the UK people. But if you just Google plastic masks, then something like this will come up. And they're really, really cheap. It was like £1.50, I think, for 6 or something ridiculous. And then I just painted some lips on because she has got lips on hers. The girl's got to wear her lipstick, even if she's wearing a plastic mask. I just did it with lipstick liquid. Liquid lipstick. Or you can use acrylic paint. Don't forget to comment down below if you spotted Edward, where he was and what he was wearing today. Don't forget to give the video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. It helps me loads if you do, because it means that YouTube share my videos more. Hit the red subscribe button if you haven't already, you know you want to. And yeah, thank you for all the love and support so far through this 31 days of Halloween. It's hard work, but I'm loving every minute. And I love you all dearly. Thank you so much for watching, and I shall see you tomorrow. Bye.